Hey guys, good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of the day this is reaching you. I hope it's going well for you or has been good for you. Welcome to Authenticity the Hard Way. I am Asha Salika, and always, thanks for joining me. Thanks for tuning in for this video. Authenticity the Hard Way is about how our experiences lead us into the next highest version of ourselves. And I am right now in, I guess I could say, the end of a very short but impactful experience. One that, of course, I was not expecting, but that I totally see and receive its purpose in my life. So in my episode or video called The Catalyst to Self-Actualization, I speak about a man who came into my life almost 2 years ago, who helped me to grieve from the loss of my son. I would encourage you to go back to watch that video so that you can kind of get the premise of it. But for this video, I'm bringing it up because that relationship, that man, in that relationship that only lasted physically for 6 weeks. We were together for 6 weeks, and then he went back home, and we tried to maintain our relationship long distance, but it didn't work. And it's okay that it didn't work because it wasn't supposed to work. He came into my life for a specific reason and at a specific season. I think I just messed this up. Sorry. I'll probably do it again though. Yeah. And my belief about relationships is that each person, whether it's a romantic relationship, a friendship, even family relationships and dynamics, people come into our lives for specific reasons during specific seasons. And once I understood that, it really gave me a deeper reverence and respect for relationships. So that relationship was, like I said, only 6 weeks long. But that man showed me my worth. He showed me just how valuable and precious I am. He was literally like my opposite. Literally. He's a 6'4" or 5" man, white man, with my 5'2" dark self. But it was an instantaneous connection, like we had known each other forever. And the way that he talked to me, the way he paid attention to me, the way he just reverenced me as who I am, embracing all of my goofiness and all of my scatterbrainness and all of my hard Ariesness. it was a perfect union with no sexual connotations, no sex involved. It was an intimacy beyond sex that was true. It's like, at one point I looked at him and I said, do you feel this, what I feel? Like, I feel like we've been intimate and had sex before. And he was like, yeah, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know how you would take that. But yeah, I feel it too. So it was a beautiful, he came into my life after a very, very karmic, tumultuous relationship. And I speak about that relationship in the podcast. I haven't uploaded that video yet, but I will link the reference so that you could, when I get it up, I'll let you know so that you could go and listen to that. But anyway, that relationship was very volatile, very abusive, and it only lasted a short while. So him coming into my life on the tail end of that relationship was a total opposite. That relationship was dark. His relationship was light. Shined light on me as a woman, as the woman that I was becoming. He like ushered me into this woman that I am. So I said that to say, when that relationship ended, and it hasn't, it ended because he went his way, I went my way, but the companionship is still here. Like, there's no grievance of any kind. But anyway, when that relationship ended, I told myself, and I made a covenant with myself, that the next man that came into my life and I chose to have a relationship with would have to be better than him. Because he had his own personal issues, and a lot of those issues is why he has chosen to stay single. He knows his characteristics, he knows himself, and he's chosen to stay single. But the spirituality, the emotional intelligence, the higher mindedness that he has those characteristics, then I covenanted with myself that the next man that came into my life would have to be better than him. And I made that covenant. And it is a testament to my will for my own self-actualization that I would not repeat. In making that covenant, I was basically saying to myself, I will not repeat the patterns, the relationship patterns that I've had in my past, because every one of those relationships was toxic. Because I was toxic. Every one of those relationships in my past were unhealthy. Period. So that was the demarcation line, is saying everything from that relationship forward had to build upon better for myself. And I made that covenant with myself, and I lived it. I am living it. That was 2 summers ago. Last summer, I was approached by a man on Instagram, and lust of the eye, lust of the flesh, totally rose up in me because he was a beautiful specimen of a man. He was built, he was just everything that my carnal mind wants or wanted in a man was in him. Picture perfect. We talked the spirituality, everything. But there was just this tiny thing that was in here saying, something not right, something not right. But I chose to continue because of how he looked and because of what he presented himself to be. 3 months in, I start realizing, okay, no, you're not who you're saying, And it ended up that he was running a scam. What's that? What's that word? Catfishing. It boiled down to Bitcoin and trying to move Bitcoin. It was, I wanted to kick myself because I knew it wasn't right. Then I had to step back and say, okay, no, it was perfect. It was the perfect experience that you need to go through to see that you still have the toxic lust that got you into all the other relationships that were not good in your past. So that was a very pivotal relationship or experience that I needed to buffer and say, okay, look, this is what you need to work on. You need to get out of the physicality of a man because that's lust. That's just what it is. And no relationship, no true, authentic relationship can be based off of lust. And in the world today, it's so sad because we have mixed lust with love and got the whole thing twisted. Anyway, that's another episode, but that's a good topic. I should write that down. Let me hold on. I'm gonna write it down. I love it. So anyway. Whew. Yeah. But that experience elevated me, caused me to do major shadow work, major soul searching, and reprogramming of my mental and emotional status regarding the type of man I want in my life. So, fast forward to, and since last summer to now, I've had opportunities to be in relationships, and I put my focus on myself. I've been celibate for over 2 years, and I'm fine. I was just, I'm me. This is about where I am now. To this whole the end of the summer 2024, leading into now, it's all about me, and that's okay. That is perfect for where I'm going, what I'm called to do. The best thing for me to do is to focus all of my intention and attention on myself. And that's what I've been doing. But within the last couple of months, there's not an urge, but I guess I could call it an awareness of, or just a prompting. I don't know. I was just led towards considering being in a relationship, like opening up and wanting to explore relationships at this level. And it wasn't, so I know that it was divine because it wasn't first on my list of anything, right? Like, this is first. You guys are first. My projects that, moving forward and upward in my life at this point had nothing, I was not focused on relationship, but it just kind of has settled on me to start thinking about it. And so, and as the amazing thing is, of course, I could say of course now, but when it started happening, I couldn't say of course because I was totally blindsided. The moment I decided, okay, I'll just kind of open up to that, I started getting communications from past men in past relationships just started popping up. Pop up, disappear, pop up, disappear. And then recently it has been, like I said in the video I did yesterday, just this rush, just this, hi, we're here, how you been, type thing. And I was like, okay, I don't want to go backwards. So my request, prayer, petition to the divine, to my Father, my words were exactly, Father, don't send me who I want. Don't send me what I want. That's not it. Don't give me what I want. Give me what I need. Because what I want has gotten me in trouble and has not turned out right. So please, I surrender. Give me what I need. That was about 6 weeks ago, maybe. Yeah. That was my petition, and I let it go. Three weeks ago, this man walked right into my life. Actually, he walked right in front of my door and walked into my life. And after the shock of it, like, wow, okay. Got to know him. Very nice man. Very nice man. Very kind man. Someone that, if I was willing, to how do I want to say it? The old me, let's just start like this. The old me would disregard the red flags that I saw, that I felt, and continued on with the relationship for the simple fact of having a relationship. But once I started seeing certain behaviors, I had to step back and say, okay, wait. No, it's not what I want. It's only this would be the third week. And the things that he has neglected to do to someone else might seem like, whatever. I can't. Because I know my worth. 2 years ago, someone came into my life and showed me what I'm worth. If you say you're coming to see me and you never show up and you don't call, that's a problem. If you do come over and you go to your friend's house next door and you spend all day over there and then on the way leaving, acknowledge me, that's a problem. And these are the kind of things that was happening. And no, I deserve better than that. I deserve better than that. So I sat with myself, and yesterday there was a whole bunch of this YouTube, I gotta watch my mouth. There was a lot of inconsistency with what he said. And so last night I sat down with myself and I said, no, I'm not going forward with this. I value myself more than to let this continue on. And that's what happens in relationships. Women, we see these red flags, but we're willing to push them aside just so that we could be in a relationship. Men, you see the red flags, but you push them aside just because you want the relationship or you, whatever. And then people join in this relationship with a whole bunch of red flags. Within the first 2-3 weeks, you see all these red flags and it's okay. Red flags waving on fire. Just can't you see me? Yeah, I see you, but this is a mentality, I believe, and I believe it because I did it. I'd rather be in a relationship, toxic, abusive, whatever. I'd rather be in a relationship, dealing with that, than to be out of not in a relationship and lonely. So then 10, 15, 20 years down the line, you are angry and bitter, shameful, because you didn't get out when you should have. Case in point. My marriage. Anyway. So I made the decision last night. No, I'm not going forward with this. I'm not continuing on with this. And then I had, this morning when I woke up, I had to sit with myself and remind myself of the covenant that I made with myself. I had to reaffirm the fact that I don't need a relationship to affirm myself. I am sacred. When I decided to seek my higher self, I made the decision that I would begin honoring myself and respecting the woman that I am and respecting the journey to get to where I'm going, to get to that higher woman. I have a course. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. I know how I want to be treated. I know how I want to be spoken to. I know how I want the environment of my heart to feel. The landscape of my soul is love, is compassion, is respect, adoration for me. Well, what right do I then have to go and allow someone in my life who won't do the same? You have got to treat me the way I treat myself. That is the law of attraction. I learned that as long as I had a dark view of myself, I was attracting men who could only see. They saw dark me. I attracted. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. So anyone, the right relationship that I'm supposed to be in is going to be a mirror of me. And I don't have time. I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know my calling. I know my purpose. I know where I'm going. I don't have time to teach you how to treat me. I don't have time for that. That's not the right relationship I should be in, because the right person for me will instinctively know the right way to treat me, because he will be in alignment. We will be aligned. I was talking to a friend of mine, a dear friend of mine, and we were talking about having to teach someone how to treat. I'm 53 years old. I don't have time to be trying to teach somebody. At this point, if you get... listen, no. Common courtesy, common respect. This is base level stuff, right? You just do what you're going to do. Be where you're going to be, where you say you're going to be. To honor your own word. Yeah, it's kind of... But I was speaking with a close friend of mine, and he was like, I think I'm just over trying to what did he say? I think I'm just over trying to learn people. Yeah, I get it. But for me, I've been a lifelong student of people. I've studied people my entire life from a little girl. Because of the abuse in my home, I had to learn how to maneuver. I had to learn people, personality types for my own survival, which has been used now to be able to help the world. So anyway, back to this relationship at hand. No. I have chosen to. No, I'm good. I'm not going to continue with this. So during my communion and meditation time this morning, I had to ask why. Why did this happen? And the response was clear and very simple. It's a test. It was a test to see how committed I am to my own journey to self-actualization. It was a test to see if I would fall back into my old patterns. It was a test to see if I would allow myself to be treated differently, to be treated less than I am worth. It was a test. And as I sat and I thought about it, I could see, right? Yesterday I talked about the purging, like my whole everything is being purged. My thought processes, my heart processes, my emotional processes, all being purged. And so it makes sense that this relationship will present itself now. To test where I am. To test my true dedication to myself. Do I really believe that I am worth more? Do I really believe I'm enough? Do I really believe in me? And the moment I decided to let this relationship go is the moment I passed the test. Yeah. I made a covenant with myself to honor myself, to respect myself, to believe in myself, to trust myself. And I will not allow myself to break my covenant. Not for anything and not for anyone. Big step. And then the next big step after that is to share this experience. Because it's easy it's easy to just go with the flow. Like, just, girl, it's a man. You better get. I've had many people tell me, you need to get yourself a man. Just stop, just go get a man. You need, no. Why? It's not time. So, if you are at the point where your loneliness is real, I get it, we get it, but I'm not alone in the spirit, and I have, my spiritual life is full. But in the physical realm, yes, I would love to be in a relationship. I'd love to have a companion. And I don't know. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Because what I have going on right now is very fulfilling. It's very fulfilling because I'm focused. But if you are at that space or stage in your life where you are lonely and you do want someone in your life, you want companionship, honey, listen, don't sell yourself short. If you are seeking a mate, you better make sure that he is going to value you, that he or she is going to value you the way that you need and deserve to be valued. Period. Do not settle for less than what you deserve. And if you don't know what you deserve, if you don't know how you should be treated, if you don't know the level of respect and honor that you deserve, then I encourage you to not seek a relationship with someone else, but seek relationship with yourself. You need to be in covenant with yourself before you covenant in a relationship with someone else. To thine own self be true. That's it. I hope that this resonates with you. I hope that you find some type of encouragement from this, maybe some learning from this. I hope that this meets you where you are and that you receive what you need. That's what I'm trying to say. And you know what? I didn't realize that I put this on. It's not me, it's you. And that's not a negative thing. It's not. When you're looking for a relationship, it's not me, it's you. It's very important. Because to me, this is saying, it's not me. I know what I need. There's no question in me what I need. It's you. And you're not what I need right now. Anyway, have a great day. Thanks for joining me. And yeah, covenant with yourself first and foremost. You're worth that.